guys, welcome to Adventures and Reviews with Bazooka Joe 777. Today I'm going to give you guys my 2 cents on the Wilderness System Recon 120. I'm going to start off by telling you guys I did a lot of research before buying a fishing kayak. I used to fish out of a canoe and almost flipped it a couple times, so I started looking at different options for fishing kayaks and did a lot of research, and I ended up deciding on the Recon 120. First off, I'm a bigger guy. I'm about 6'2", 275 pounds. So I needed something stable, being a bigger fella. Stable enough to handle me and my gear. I went ahead with it. I'm going to give you guys a couple things that I changed on it. Modifications I've made. Add-ons I bought. So I'm going to start right out the gate. I'll tell you guys about the pedal drive system, the helix system. I had a bit of issues with it. The hardware was missing, so I had to MacGyver one of these bolts, but it turned out pretty good. Pretty sturdy for what it is. I'm a big guy. I can pedal that son of a gun full force and then it'll go. Routing the rudder, that was not a very hard job. Thanks to YouTube, I was able to find some videos. I think Wilderness Systems have their own video on it. Another thing I've added to it was a couple Yak Attack attachments, 2 rod holders. I added a cup holder and an anchor, and I use also a type of parachute to slow me down in the big waves. So with the anchor, I ran it from the back with an old clothesline setup. I've seen a few videos of boys making these on, so I made one with clothesline and paracord. It goes all the way to the front, easy to handle, on and off. Another thing I added was the Garmin Striker Vivid 4CV with a ram mount. I really like this setup. It's perfect, not too big, not too bulky in the kayak when you're fishing, you know, you're trying to land fish. And I was looking at those bigger screens, but I think that one just fit into the perfect what I really wanted. I got these pliers over here, set up that, lip grips, my paddle, it's Bending Branches paddle, adjustable paddle, I really like it. Another thing I did before I forget is I didn't like the factory seat height because, like I said, I'm bigger and taller. So I ended up making these risers out of square aluminum. And I read a lot of things online. The guys were saying that it'll compromise the tippiness of the kayak. You know, it's common sense. But I didn't notice any significant loss of stability, being 1.5 inches or 2 inches higher. So take that in consideration if you guys are looking at doing that. Milk crate, tackle box set up with PVC homemade rod holders and fishing net holder, and kayak cart holder as well. So it's all made with PVC ABS pipe, and a factory milk crate that I commandeered someplace. I went with the Wilderness Systems kayak cart with the beach wheels. It's one that's a little bit more expensive, but I've tried other brands that dismember. You can dismember them for easy storage, but man, pulling this kind of weight with all the gear on it, the previous cart I had just kept falling apart. So I went with this one, and I do not regret it. They are steep, they are expensive, but they are worth their weight in gold. I can put the kayak fully loaded on this kayak cart and tow it on the sand and the rocks over little stumps and such. No issues. I've towed this kayak through a lot of stuff, and it went through it. So that's a big up. I suggest that. Other than that, wiring my fish finder, coming back to this. So I wired it, kept it all together with these kayak Yak Attack mount type things, but I did not want to drill into the kayak any more than I had to, so I just tighten them down with this. It keeps them in place, so that's all right. My battery setup goes into this compartment. It's the parachute I was talking to you guys about for down drifting. Slow me down when the wind's too high. Yeah, so I put my battery in here. It fires up the fish finder, nice and stable. Hasn't moved too much in there, and I've been into some rough waters, but no big problems. I also have this emergency kit in here that's tied on. I sometimes stuff it in the back if I need to put more room in here. Dry bag and a couple other things, fishing chain, a couple bungees. Always good to have. High vis stuff, stepper plugs. So yeah, that's pretty much my setup, guys. Oh, the last and final thing is these rulers for keeping fish here in Canada. Certain lakes can only keep certain size of fish, so it's kind of important to know. So yeah, this is it. And if you were a bigger guy looking to getting into kayak fishing, I suggest this one. Thank you. You guys have a great day.